back in the void, life again.
Back
Hey, we're back in the void.
We're back in the void.
How do you feel?
I said on Twitter I feel not good, but I feel better. I feel okay. I feel okay being in the void. I always instantly feel better in the void.
I don't feel great. I don't feel very good, Allegra.
I know you don't, and I feel so bad.
It's okay.
That makes me feel bad when you don't feel good. We're two sick babies.
Two sick babies, streaminggamesonline.com. Welcome to streaminggamesonline.com.
Also known as the baseball game.
/ baseball game.
So technically we are streaming a game. Because
True.
we're streaming
the baseball game. Mm-hmm. So today it's a special occasion. Mm-hmm. It's almost Halloween.
Yes. How do you feel about Halloween? I'm not really into Halloween.
I have Halloween anxiety.
Yeah, you were talking about this. What is your Halloween anxiety? Can you define that?
Yeah, it's just this, it's like a procrastination thing. It's like knowing that, yes, it would be fun to come up with a fun Halloween costume and hang out with my friends on Halloween and like, look, oh, wow, Patrick, you did a great job putting together that Halloween costume, Patrick. And like, that seems like a fun experience, but like I never plan for it. And then it gets closer and I start getting stressed out. I was like, well, I should really be thinking about a Halloween costume. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes I log on to the internet and I go to Amazon.com and I look up some components. Like, oh, so if I was going to put together a Halloween costume, what would it run me? And it's like, oh, I don't know. And then I get really worried about money because it's like, I don't have any money. I can't afford to buy these components to make a fucking costume for one night where I'm going to feel weird and uncomfortable. And then so it just keeps getting closer. And then the day comes and then it's Halloween and I'm like, and I get invited to a Halloween thing and I'm like in my apartment looking around like, oh, what are we going to put on for this Halloween thing?
Does this explain, was this what you were going through last night at like 12:30 when you sent me a Venmo request?
Yes.
Was that part of your Halloween anxiety?
It was actually. That was literally Patrick's Halloween anxiety. Also, I had just purchased Mario Odyssey, and I did it just like on a whim. I was like, I'm going to get Mario Odyssey, and then I looked at my bank account, and I was like, why did I do that?
Well, thankfully, the baseball game is free.
It's true. Hi, chat. Hi, everybody. Let me check in on chat real quick.
Yeah, dog. Let's see how chat's doing. Oh, everyone feels bad that you're sick. Yeah, poor sick Pat. But it is my duty, as always, to be the excited, well one, the one who's doing quite well.
Yes.
While tired, exhausted Pat suffers alongside me. So I will carry this ship forward, and you will feel so much better.
Oh, Ron. Hey, Ron. Ron says that they use a kigurumi every year. And I was going to do that this year. Last year, Ashley just wore like a cool kigurumi. And I was like, that's a great costume. Because it's like one size fits all. Like, nobody's going to say that's not a costume. You're going to be comfortable. You're going to look wacky. You're going to have a good time with your friends. And I meant to order one. I was going to get a penguin one because I love penguins.
Oh. Poor sad Pat.
Yeah.
Up.
Okay, so let's get the stream rolling. We're gonna do every Resident Evil intro. I'm gonna share the chat, the Trello document, so you can follow along with our live ranking.
Mm-hmm. And that explains why we were just talking about Halloween for so long, because Resident Evil is scary, theoretically. Actually, it is pretty scary. I would say Resident Evil is pretty scary. In my limited experience.
There's that part where the dog jumps through the window.
Yes! Oh my god! Okay.
Almost as scary as a real dog jumping through a window.
Just anything jumping through a window I'm not happy about.
I feel like my anxiety with dogs jumping through windows is not a dog jumping through a window into the room that I'm in. I'm always scared that like if a dog is near a window, it's going to jump out the window.
You walk into a room and every dog in the room just jumps
scramble.
Out the
they just
window.
Want to get out of there so quickly. They just run for the. Let's get out of the void here and enter
Resident Evil. Or actually, to be fair,
Gamer's Little Playground. So yeah, that's a little shout out to the person who compiled these for us. Okay, let's get started here. This is the GameCube remake of the original Resident Evil. We'll track down the original one if we have to.
Disappeared during the middle of their
This is a very uncomfortably close shot,
Yeah.
which I guess I understand if they're trying to build tension.
Yeah.
But this is it's very abstract in a way that actually is not super appealing to me.
Attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten.
Oof.
Don't like that.
I actually did like that cinematically.
But we lost contact.
Where are they?
Oh my god. Notice that they're using so many different sorts of like
Yeah.
Camera styles?
This game, this filmic experience happened, I think, sort of after the sort of resurgence of found film style.
Yeah, like Blair
filmmaking.
Witch.
Blair Witch, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely feels like something like that, like a compilation.
Yeah.
Although, of course, they're also breaking out of that sort of diegesis they're creating by cutting to these scenes.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting combo.
Little lens flare there. Great transition using the camera there. Sorry, the shining the light into the camera to cut to our next scene. We've got this beautiful wide shot. Wonderful volumetric lighting out there in the woods. Very, very Spielbergian to sort of just pump a bunch of fog into a setting and then shine flashlights around in it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're clearly aping like existing styles, but they're doing them quite well. Like honestly, the found footagey things, like they are very reminiscent of like a Blair Witch.
Yeah,
This stuff.
Actually, this particular technique was also used by James Cameron in 1999's Aliens. There's several scenes where actually, even in the first Alien, we saw that a little bit too. Was
Wait, there's blood on it! Oh, God! Wait! Oh, that was rad! I'm actually really scared. Oh, and look at that camera movement! Whose perspective? Is that Jill's perspective?
I think that's Jill's eye view. Ooh.
Oh, Patrick, no! Oh! Oh my god. So that one jump scare, like that's such a
Yeah.
freaking cheap trick, but I still, every time. And the switching between perspectives.
Dolly shot running through the woods there.
Oh!
This is actually really fucking well made.
This is very good! I'm scared. I just love this, this, whoever's perspective it is, I don't know, but this shaky cam. Ooh.
Chris, this way.
Oh, Wesker.
There's Barry. Is that Barry?
I think so.
Barry
Yeah.
blue jeans.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is kind of weird because like this came out. Did this come out before or after Resident Evil 4?
Before, I think.
I don't think.
Maybe after, actually. Oh, wait. Isn't this a different one?
This is the PS1 version, maybe?
Okay, pause.
Okay, pause.
Pause. That's how you pause a
Pause.
video. You just shout pause. Okay. So what were you saying? That was after Resident Evil 4?
I'm gonna Google that real quick.
Okay. Oh my god. That was so scary. That was very, very good. So that was the freaking intro. It felt like in the middle of an actual horror film. Like, honestly, that really, really felt like a legitimate horror film. It combined all these different styles.
Yes.
Like,
So that did come out. That came out in 2002. Before
4. Okay.
Before 4,
Yeah.
which came out in 2005, 2004.
So yeah, I really, 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 really liked that. Okay, yeah, 2005.
So that was interesting to me because I feel like the filmmaking style of Resident Evil 4, which we will eventually see, was a little more like entrenched in like anime and like the sort of post-Matrix nightmare that was filmmaking in America from 1999 to 2007. And that was a lot more restrained, which is weird because it was closer to the Matrix.
I would probably say that's because like it is based on an existing template.
Okay.
You know, because it's a remake.
Yeah.
I feel like if this were an original thing, like they probably would have gone more in that direction.
Yeah.
But like, so because it's based off a like 1996 game or whatever,
Right.
like they're trying to hew more closely
Keeping it
to that.
grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a couple notes for this baseball game. First of all,
First of all, that. Pizza Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Can I also say what I told you I discovered through Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
So not only is this a special like Halloween edition of baseball game, it's also our friend anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy. Should I cheers you with my water? Oh, we've been friends for 1 year. It's been a glorious year, and now we must stop being friends, and we must move on after this. This is our last day.
So
friends.
that's just the thing I wanted to tell you about the baseball game is that I will be eating because I'm really hungry and I'm really tired. Yeah, so I would say that Resident Evil, the 2002 GameCube remake, I would say that intro is both the best and the worst one that we've seen so far.
I would agree.
All right, so that's going to be our number one and our bottom slot.
Yes.
You can keep talking.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep swaying. So I guess the next one is Resident Evil PlayStation 1. And so this is actually the only Resident Evil game that I've played substantially. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fantastic. But there's some really bad FMV. And I don't remember if that's in the intro or if that's just like the cutscenes.
I'm trying to...
If this is actually Resident Evil.
Maybe it's Resident Evil 0? Huh?
No, because Resident Evil 0 is like a
Resident Evil 2.
GameCube. Okay. Why don't they have the original Resident Evil? Whatever. This feels like a Ken Burns documentary.
Yeah.
Like with that sort of like anthemic music and these stills. Like this literally feels like a Civil War documentary about Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Was that it? Hold on.
That's it. Give me the keyboard. Thank you, Pizza Pat. Okay, that was it.
No, that couldn't have been it. What are we seeing now?
I don't know. Resident Evil 3?
No, this is 2.
Okay, keep going. So was that 2?
We'll decode later. I'm pretty sure this is 2.
All right, nice establishing shots. I like this lighting. Oh man, I liked that perspective. There's a lot of interesting angles in these. I mean, this is
Resident Evil 2.
This is.
Look at that David Bowie looking motherfucker.
Oh. Yeah, I think the camera is so interesting in these intros so far. Wow. Like just really interesting perspectives, like super low to the ground.
Yes, this is very dramatic.
Yeah.
Something happened to that guy's arm.
And also what I really like, Patrick, is that they're doing a lot of showing and not telling.
It's true. You know what? That is a problem that we frequently have with these intros is that they're just nothing but telling us what's going on. What could have done this?
What was that?
Huh?
All these things.
Oh my god! Okay, that's great though.
Far enough. Don't move.
This is actually slightly disappointing because this went from like actually being kind of beautiful to being so campy. Like this now feels so much like a B movie, and it's really hard, I feel like, to not feel like that with zombies.
I feel like they avoided it with the 2002 GameCube intro.
Yeah, but this seriously feels so campy now. Like they sort of have given up on any like interesting cinematic techniques. I mean, they're still trying a little bit.
Wait! Don't shoot!
Down.
Oh,
We can't stay out here. Head to the police
so
station.
much dramatic turning.
And now this feels like the Resident Evil I know.
There.
Oh my god. Like, it does feel like a horror movie. It really, really does. Like, they really do nail that vibe. But whereas the last one was, like, sort of atmospheric, this one was super campy. This is a different one, yeah?
No, this looks like it's still the same thing.
Oh my god, it's so long!
Exposition time.
The place went
Great.
insane.
The radio's out.
You're a cop, right?
Yeah. First day on the job.
First day on the job!
Kennedy. Nice to meet you.
Mine's Claire. Claire Redfield.
Oh, Claire.
I came to find my brother, Chris.
Oh my god. I mean, that was straight up telling.
Yeah.
But only to some degree.
Hey,
Unless it
could you
still
open the
goes.
box?
Sure. There's a gun inside.
Better take it with you.
Wow. Nice shot. Oh,
How did you get in here?
God! The jump scares.
Whoa! That was cool 3D world for a second.
Wait, did you see how he came out? He just like
Ah,
straight.
I must return to my planet.
Oh my god, they just like literally sent the model across the screen. Oh my god. Oh god.
So, Allegra, I've watched and played a lot of things with you, and I need to know: are the way that you react to media, is this genuine?
Yes, it is.
I mean, I think it has to be, because you do it when we're not on stream too. Well, like we were watching some Wolfenstein shit the other day, and I was like, I have neighbors.
I think you should know by now. I'm extremely sincere. I would not make that up.
Okay, so
I
that
don't
was
play
Resident
that
Evil
up.
2. That was a hot mess.
That was a lot. Oh my god.
It started off pretty good.
Actually, my heart is actually beating a little bit fast.
Really?
Yeah. So that was so good how that started off. There was actually they went so many different places. Let's review. They started off as a Ken Burns documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go into this kind of atmospheric drama. It's still horror.
Mm-hmm.
It still is. And then it's freaking B movie camp
Then it's-
horror fest.
It's Resident Evil through and through.
Yes.
Schlock.
Schlock. It is schlock. It's
Yeah.
like freaking trauma or something. Whereas
It's-
before, it was like a classic. I'm trying to think of an auteur in horror.
Hitchcock.
It was not Hitchcock, but sure. It was not Hitchcockian at all. But yeah, so that was a lot. It went to a lot of places. It was very long. But I stuck with it, you know? I feel like it wasn't jarring, the changes.
Yeah.
It made sense that as soon as the zombies pop up, like, yo, you just got to go with it, man. It's Night of the Living Dead now.
Yeah. I don't know. So I'd say that's the worst one we've seen so far out of the two we've seen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these, Allegra, and I'm already tired.
You're always tired. Okay, well, let's keep going. So that one is definitely worse than the other one, which I loved. It wasn't bad, though. I still liked that one. Okay, so presumably, is this going to be Code Veronica or 3? We'll find out. We'll find out together, fans. Fans and friends. I only have fans and friends. I have no family. Okay, Ken Burns again.
No one dared to oppose them, and that lack of strength would ultimately lead to their destruction.
So actually, you know what? I was thinking, literally just now, as I said, I was thinking that I like these weird Ken Burns. This is like visual novel now, but I like these weird static intros because it takes care of the exposition for us so that they don't have to bog down the cinematics with that.
It's true. It's like, hey, if you need to get a slice of pizza or something, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, I think you're projecting a little bit.
Raccoon City's last chance.
Wait, I
Ooh.
think this is still Resident Evil 2, isn't it?
No, this isn't any of those.
I think this might be Jill's intro in Resident Evil 2.
Really? How goddamn long is this?
Maybe, let's see. If it's on like a weird oil rig or something, it's Code Veronica.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. I actually am really scared by this. I don't know why. I like the tension with this cutting. They don't really last too long on any of these shots, which I really like. It's very dynamic.
Very Michael Bay. A lot of
Yeah.
camera movement for the sake of camera movement, I feel. A lot of rather actually extremely classic Michael Bay technique is foreground movement, background movement, multiple layers of movement at any given time. Just sort of visual flair, not necessarily with a ton of substance.
Yeah.
You know, really standard technique there, shot, reaction shot of, you know, person getting shot.
Yeah.
You know, paint by numbers.
Oh, God. Oh, I liked that one. God. But yeah, like, I feel like it's easy.
This is fucking nuts,
It's
actually.
really nuts, yeah. But this is actually good action because you can see clearly what's going on.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, like, I feel
But
like
I
I've
don't
seen
know
a lot
why
of...
any of this is happening.
I don't know why either, but that's kind of because I wasn't listening to the exposition. But you're right, they haven't really talked about any of, like, the virus stuff. We still don't have a super strong sense of what the Umbrella Corps is. Or whatever, the Umbrella Corporation.
Midwestern town.
Okay, that Was that also Resident Evil 2?
I have no idea. Is this a different thing now?
I'm gonna say it was Resident Evil 2, and then we're just gonna lump it in with.
Yes.
Claire Redfield, who arrived in Raccoon City to search for her lost brother Chris,
Oh, this must be different because Leon.
managed to escape
Leon.
I think Leon is a beautiful man. Just to be clear, I'm gonna get really excited.
Leon was in that first one we watched. He was in that Resident
He was
Evil 2.
he was the redhead.
Yeah, he was the
I just
cop.
think of
That was
him
his
as
first
the
day.
freaking Resident Evil 4 hottie.
All right, so this is 3 months later. This looks different.
This must be like 3 or something.
Or Code Veronica.
Or Code Veronica.
Wait,
yeah.
was 3 Code Veronica? What happens in Resident Evil 3?
I don't know. I think it's just Resident Evil Code Veronica,
Yeah.
right?
Identification number is WKD 4496.
I mean, it's still freaking Claire
New home.
and Leon. Can this really be? What is the chat saying? I feel like the chat is more informed than us. That was Resident Evil 3.
Yes, okay.
You fools. Okay, this is Resident Evil 3 now. Wait,
Okay.
I'm gonna pause it real quick.
Which is Nemesis, right? No, which one was Nemesis?
That must be 3.
RE3 Nemesis, yeah.
Yes. Okay, wait, we already did Resident Evil 2 then. So all of that before was Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
All right, keep going. We're so good at delineating. Wow.
That shot is directly from some American action bullshit.
Yeah.
Like Terminator 2 or something.
Jesus Christ, I hate that lighting. I hate the slow-mo. It definitely is coming from, like you were talking about, that terrible period where they were all aping the Matrix. And this isn't super Matrix-y, but like,
This is pre-Matrix, I think, actually.
yeah, like it's not, but it's still like, okay, this is clearly distinctly from an era of really bad filmmaking. Just so bad.
So this is like getting closer to the bombast that I remember Resident Evil having, where
Yeah.
it's just like,
Oh, this is Code Veronica. The last one was 3. Okay, we'll just talk about both of them after this.
well, this is Code Veron.
Code Vron. Shout out to Vron.
What's gonna happen?
Oh, God. Okay, other thing we haven't talked about is the music. Very good.
The music is good.
The music is very good at creating tension.
I don't think the last one was Resident Evil 3. What? Fuck you!
Oh! Okay, that was rad.
What was rad about that?
Slow motion gun drop. We're convinced. Oh, she's just dropping it. She's given up. She's given up. And then she picks it up again, and she shoots the freaking gas canisters, and it's amazing. Someone was trying to come
Somebody
in the
was trying
room.
to come in.
Oh God,
Still
I'm
trying.
on edge.
Oh my God, we've got a special guest,
have-
everybody. Let's make some room. I think he's gonna have to sit right in the middle. It's lovely to see you. We've got a special guest in the studio. This is Abra Slam Lincoln,
Oh my
everybody.
God, that's so good.
Hi everyone. 7 years ago, I kicked some ass.
Hey, we're just talking about the Abra Slam Lincoln. Thank you for joining us. We're just talking
No
about
problem.
the filmmaking techniques of the Resident Evil series.
Which of course I know a lot about.
Yes, you're a big fan
Well, you're a big fan of
Resident Evil.
Maybe not film, but being in theaters.
Of course. Wait,
being in
hold on a
theaters.
second. Actually, I'd say that's something I don't enjoy very much.
Yeah.
There's a Halloween party going on,
Mm-hmm.
and as is typical, Pat and Allegra are hiding in the den. Mm-hmm. But I was wondering if you wanted any drinks.
Oh, that's so nice.
I'll take another brewski.
No problem.
What's
Thank
the
you.
wine situation?
There is red.
There's just red.
That's the only one I saw for sure.
If they have white, I'll take white. If they only have red, I'll take red.
Any cupcakes?
Oh no, too sweet.
Alrighty, I'll get right on that.
Thank you, Abraslam.
Thank you, Abra Slam Lincoln.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
It was really nice to see you.
Okay, I'm gonna pause.
Okay. And this is starting out with the same text
Okay.
as the last one.
Yeah, what
could
is
they make this any
happening?
fucking more confusing
I am
for
very
us?
confused.
I'm going to write a letter to Capcom.
Can you do that right now? Start. How would your letter to Capcom start?
Yeah. Hold on. So folks in the chat, go ahead and hop into the Trello document, which I'll post another link to
Mm-hmm.
real quick. There you go. And I'm creating a new column called
Letter
Letter
to Capcom.
to Capcom. And I think I'm going to let Allegra take over a little bit on driving the stream, and I will
Okay.
be working on my letter to Capcom here.
Okay, that's fair.
Let me see if there's a character limit here. No, I think I can make it as long as I need to.
Great,
So
okay,
I'll be working on my letter to Capcom.
Before you write your letter to Capcom, which is extremely important, we
Yeah.
need to rank
Absolutely.
Resident Evil 3 and apparently Code Veronica.
That wasn't Code Veronica.
What was
and it
that? You
wasn't
think-
Resident. Oh, like,
What
hold on.
was it?
Resident
It must have been
Evil
3.
3 was Nemesis, and we would have seen the Nemesis in there if that was Nemesis.
So was that Code Veronica? And no Nemesis? Maybe this is Nemesis?
Code Veronica.
We're learning together. Oh, it must be.
That must have been
that's
Code
Claire.
Veronica. Yeah, there's Claire.
Although 3 came before that.
So did they just skip 3? Why wouldn't they show us the Nemesis in the intro to Resident Evil 3 Nemesis?
They don't want to give away all their cards.
Fuck these series. I'm gonna start working on my letter. I'm gonna say that was Code Veronica.
Okay. How did you feel about that? That was my
Sucked.
least favorite. I hated
Dumb.
it too. All right. So maybe this is 3. It's definitely not 4. So maybe this is 3. 3 Nemesis. All right, Pat. You're working on your letter here.
Yeah, sorry. And folks are saying I should check the info on that video because it might have tips.
Oh, that's a very good idea. Okay, this is not doing the Ken Burns thing, and I've become very accustomed to the Ken Burns thing, and I really liked it, and now it's just doing the Star Wars thing, that classic scrawl,
Yeah,
which I also appreciate.
That was
That was Nemesis.
814 was Nemesis.
See,
and
we're
let's
fucking
see.
wrong.
Anyway. And the
So
one
this
that we
one-
just saw was Code Veronica.
So it's this. What is this one?
This is Code Veronica. Wait,
Is this 0?
this is Resident Evil 0.
Okay. All right, friends. We're good. Okay, so I would say 3 was better than Veronica.
Okay.
Veronica was the worst. And now we're on 0. Beautiful. All right. So I don't really love how 0 starts. It has that classic Star Wars scroll,
Yes.
which I only appreciate, which, as we've talked about, if it really does a job of telling us what planet we're on.
Right,
And
if-
I still don't know.
And also, do we? Yeah, we don't know what planet this is taking
I
place
still
on.
don't know where Resident Evil takes
Because they
place.
haven't told us.
They have not told
And
us.
They have not told us. No character has said, "Good day here on Earth."
Yes.
We haven't had a text scroll on the bottom of the screen saying, Raccoon City, Earth.
Yes, they have said Raccoon City, but where?
And we haven't had an establishing shot of the planet yet.
Ugh, yes.
So we can't assume anything about what we're seeing. Oh,
Jesus.
Leech City.
Again, this series is very good at. Oh God! Of the jump scares, but not in like the quintessential jump scare
Yeah,
way.
you gotta scoot over towards me a little bit here.
Oh God! Oh God! This feels kind of like a weird fantasy movie now. Like it was very horror, and now it feels like a weird horror fantasy with
Yeah.
that guy on the hill. But it does also feel like a kind of early '90s action film with the typewriter
Right.
stuff, which I think it has to be a throwback to the OG Resident Evil because this is taking place before that. But yeah, it's really, really interesting to watch all these like sequentially because I think like despite technically we've seen 6-ish years of Resident Evil at this point,
Yes.
and they've kind of very consistently maintained like an American like Western action movie cinematic style. It's very, very consistent, whereas we have seen many franchises that are not consistent at all. Oh, Abraslam!
Abraslam, thank you.
I did a really bad job. They're out of beer and have cider.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
man, I
thank
love
you.
cider, but I'll take the wine.
Well, they don't have wine either, and
What
I
is
think this
this?
is also cider, so I'm kind of.
Oh, hey, I'll take that.
So cider and cider. Hey, thank you for scoring us some brewskis.
Hey, hey! Oh
Hey.
man, that was
Bye,
bad.
Abraslam.
Bye, Abraslam. Thank you. I hope this is cider. Oh my god, it's so good.
Is it? Can I try it?
Yeah.
You want to change? Because I can't drink that much sugary ass.
That's really, really good. So I don't, but I will drink this for you.
This is also really sweet, so.
Oh my
I
god.
don't
Which
want
one?
either of
Which
them.
one
I don't
is
want either
better?
of them. You
Okay,
drink
they're
both
for
of them.
me. Give it to me. I'm double fisting. Okay.
So, hey everybody.
This seriously feels like we're just chilling out, eating pizza and watching like horror movies, right? Like it doesn't feel any different than that. Like thus far, this is the most clearly cinematic
Yeah.
series we've watched. Like, bravo, Capcom. I mean, Pat is still angrily writing his letter.
I'm still writing a letter.
He does have issues with some stuff, which I agree with. But in the most reductive sense, I think they're doing a very, very good job with aping familiar horror and action stylistic markers. See, we have this nice we're above. We have our camera high up, high angle. Sort of a nice establishing shot. Our girl's walking through the woods here. Good Claire. And we're sort of from the perspective of perhaps an ensuing enemy. Claire's always sort of in the background to really give a sense of, okay, there's something looming. There's something looming ahead. Lots of different camera angles, which is interesting.
What was I mad about? Why was I writing this letter?
We can't ever distinguish which
Right,
game is which.
okay, thank you.
What was I mad about? The Patrick and Allegra story.
Identified.
What was I mad about?
Someone there.
Oh, shit. Oh, classic. See, I think the music really is what is doing this for me. And I think, okay, so you said Hitchcockian, which was kind of actually extremely offensive and wrong, but I think the music is the most Hitchcockian aspect because Hitchcock worked with Bernard Herrmann, killing the game with the music. Very important. Okay.
I'm gonna pause that one real quick.
think that is
Let
a
me
different
pause. Let me
thing.
save the progress
Okay.
on my letter.
So I liked Zero a lot. I think it really felt like a classic horror film. It
Yeah.
reminded me of the first Resident Evil. I like the first Resident Evil far more, but I think as an homage.
I feel like that was better than Resident Evil 2, not as good as Resident Evil Remake on GameCube.
Yes, I would say it's my second favorite for sure. Really just like stellar. I wanted to keep watching that, you know, like it felt like a legitimate horror movie that I wanted to keep watching, which is kind of sad because have you seen the Resident Evil like actual movies?
Yeah, Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yeah. Aren't
Yeah.
they like really bad? I've never seen them.
I like him.
So they're really bad.
Well, I think I told you the other day that I have like a serious Mila Jovovich thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So like those movies for me are just chef kiss after chef kiss.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
love that beautiful Eastern European woman.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, the first movie is kind of fun. The second movie is awful and kind of fun, and then all of them are gradually like different proportions of awful and kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then there's one where she clones herself, and her clones go and attack an Umbrella facility. Those movies got wild.
But none of these intros really convey the sense of those movies, right? Like, those are just like, I don't want to say they're shitty because
Yeah.
you like them, but like mid-aughts, early aughts, classic action horror. But this feels more like very much 90s, but also kind of 70s throwback. There's some 60s elements. There's some 80s, like a nice mishmash of like all these different styles that I really like. And it has a nice sense of atmosphere. So I liked that.
Yeah, that was good.
Let's keep going.
Let me
Tell me what this is.
This next one is Resident Evil 4 remastered.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
It was the year when those grisly murders occurred in the
Really?
Appalachian Mountains.
Does this look familiar to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out to the whole
Wow.
world, revealing the
God, we're dying, man. This is old.
conducted by
We are all marching along toward death. I'm very excited to see Hot Leon.
out in a nearby mountain community, Raccoon City.
So this seriously like feels like a horror film series to me, where like they're giving you a brief recap. We watched what was that movie we watched? Army of Darkness.
Yes.
Like obviously this is different, but that still had like
Right.
a lengthy recap at the beginning, so it reminds me of that.
Yeah.
But it has a lot of text. I don't read.
I don't feel like the text needs to be there.
No.
Like, I don't want to read. If I wanted to read, I'd pick up a goddamn book.
Okay. Also, there's a dude talking, and he's not. I don't. Is he reading the text?
Hold on.
Oh, he is.
Yes.
Okay, so that's appreciated.
No, it's a little matchy. It's a little too much.
Would you want him to say completely
Yes.
different things?
Yeah. I think I would prefer that.
Years have passed since that horrendous incident.
He just said something different. That is actually rad. I like the idea that the writers and the voice actors have never communicated, and like the voice actors are just improving, so like everything that's on screen
Yeah.
is just completely different. Oh, there's Hot Leon.
He looks like he needs a little chapstick.
He's still beautiful.
I do like the foreground motion of the sort of bare branches, the
Yeah.
reflection of those passing over the front of the car.
Yeah. And also, I really do appreciate this medium shot of Leon, partially because he's beautiful, but also I think it's just a nice way to become close to him. I think that it creates the tension because we're not really seeing what's around him. We're just kind of locked in this claustrophobic car. Like, the only way we've actually seen the outside world is through the windshield. So there is a nice division between the frights that we are heading toward and
Yeah.
us. God, those cops are so ugly and weird. That guy
Wow.
literally is like, oh, I don't know. Like, the models are just so stiff.
And that was a weird transition there, like
Yeah.
the fade down and the fade up to let us know that some time and distance have passed. I
Yeah.
do like that dramatic shot there, pulling the car all the way up to the top of the camera.
They have used that in almost every intro.
What's he doing?
Pissing?
How do you know?
Oh, how do I know if someone's pissing?
How are we supposed to know if he's pissing unless the director shows the piss coming out of the place it comes out of?
So I have that's true generally, but I have studied pissing and experienced it enough that I don't even need
what's
those
he doing?
cues. He's pissing.
What's he? How can you tell?
Okay, what? Because, Patrick, again, I've studied that. That was a particular specialty that I had in my film studies career of just the cinematic representation of pissing.
Yeah.
It's something that I just kind of always had an interest in.
Who do you feel like is the sort of the what Citizen Kane of pissing?
Like, which actor or which film?
I'd say which filmmaker?
Which filmmaker?
Yeah.
Man, that's a really good question. And probably is
What
some
was that
like-
scene for? He just got out of the car and
I mean-
according to you, he peed.
Okay.
I didn't see the pee come out of anything, so I don't know that's what he was doing.
Okay.
And I'm suspicious that maybe he was up to no good.
So while we have this break, this
'Kay.
ad break, I'm going to teach you about cinema verite.
Okay. You can skip the ad, by the way.
Cinema verite it's a French term, Patrick, and it means true cinema. And it's about sort of showing the reality through
Okay.
film. So sometimes when you're driving, you really have to piss. And sometimes, you just got to see that. Normally I would be like, okay, but he hasn't stopped to piss yet.
That's a good point.
Has he
Yeah.
really just been driving this whole time? We know now
Now
he's
we
been
know.
driving this
He had
whole
to
time.
pee. So now maybe it'll be a sort of a diehard callback at some point. Like the other characters will be standing around talking, and somebody will say, "Man, I have to piss real bad," and he'll say, "I took care of that earlier. I took care of that.
I think that will be really crucial, actually.
I planned ahead."
It's really a part of creating this authentic experience. Like I'm so much more invested in this world in the diegesis now because of that pissing scene. Because that was it was just the amount of time that a pissing scene needs to be.
All right.
Is that it?
You're going to pause that. Yeah, we are into the highly problematic territory of Resident Evil 5.
Oh shit!
I forgot that we were going to have to do this.
Okay, don't look. Talk about Resident Evil 4 while I
Okay.
fix this.
Well, real quick. While we have a break, let's rate that one. I thought that was slow, boring, and dumb.
Other than the fantastically rendered, very authentic pissing scene,
Yeah.
I was not a huge fan as well.
I feel like it was the worst one we've seen so far.
It did not establish much. There was almost no tension at all,
Right.
which felt like a goddamn tease. There were some hallmarks. There was that under the car shot, which I do like a lot. And Leon is extremely beautiful and easy to look at.
Yeah.
However, other than the very, very good pissing, I would agree.
There's just some people sitting in a car.
Yeah.
Let's. There's a chat saying a lot of piss talk tonight. I was like, yeah,
I think my brand now is piss after yesterday and today.
Let's go ahead, and I'm gonna have you proofread my letter to Capcom.
Okay. Do you want to take over this one while I proofread?
Well, can you read it out loud?
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. So this is Pat's letter to Capcom. Dearest Capcom, it's called. Dearest Capcom, to whomst it may concern. Hold on, I must be serious for this. I consider myself to be a fan of your games. The Mega Men, the Devil May Cry, all very good stuff. Whensoever I play the Marvel v Capcom games, I will play as Capcom because Sue, Spider-Man sucks a big one. To this end, I do humbly request that forthwith you will prominently label your online intros in any compilation videos on YouTube. The games all look the same, and why does Leon look like fucking David Bowie? Come on. We're trying to rank these games, and frankly, it's distracting. Also, what Mega Man stick look like? Pat. I think that was really good, Pat. I feel like you really told it to them. I think you conveyed a lot of our concerns that we all share. I think you kind of didn't hold back, which sometimes you do. I think you often equivocate because you don't want to hurt anyone. And I don't think that's a bad thing. But I also think you need to stop being a fucking child sometimes and just own up. This is how you feel. And you did that. And I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Really good. So Pat will be sending this and we'll let you guys know what Capcom says.
We'll let you know what I hear back from Shinji Mikami.
Yeah.
Let's keep rolling into the... I kind of just want to skip Resident Evil 5 because it's really fucking
I've never
weird
seen
and
this intro and I don't remember.
I just remember the first trailer was like... No, let's get through it.
Just do it? All right. All right, well, warning. It's bad, apparently. Did you play
right
this
off
game?
the bat,
No.
aping the cinematic style, and down to the score of Black Hawk Down, Ridley Scott's similarly problematic action adventure. It's not an action adventure; it's a war movie.
War, action, adventure.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I mean, war is the ultimate adventure.
Oh, gosh.
Like even down to the sort of the bleached film treatment and those flashes of white and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like, that is definitely a very specific, kind of dated now technique.
Right, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
A worm?
Ooh, gross.
Captain Deshant here. We secured the underground route to the
Very extreme close-ups.
Well, you know what? That wasn't bad. If that's all that we get in that one, we're fine.
Is that it?
Oh, no, this appears to be...
Wow. Long fade to black. Oh, this is still it, yeah. I mean, I do like that nice crane shot.
That was a nice shot, nice chopper shot there. And once again, sort of flashback to the Resident Evil 4 opening, just a car moving down a road. I
Yeah.
gotta say, really sort of the most basic way you can open a story is just to have a fucking car going down a road.
Yeah.
I wish they had reached a little bit deeper. It's sort of like if the first shot in your movie is somebody sitting up in their bed and stretching and hitting their alarm clock.
That is super, super true. But I feel like it's sort of traditional now for Resident Evil. Like, I would be sort of surprised if there wasn't a driving scene. Also, I like to know how people get around. Like, sometimes there's a scene in one place and then there's a scene in another
Right.
place. I'm like, how did they
How
get
did they get there?
How did they get there? I don't
Yeah.
understand.
That's why scenes like this are just really great.
This
Handheld technique. Oh,
Yeah.
what's that?
Oh, wow.
What's the most important thing about this character? What's the first thing we should see?
Oh my God. Welcome to
Badass.
Africa. Great country of Africa. Jesus. I'm mad now.
Just Chris, thanks.
This freaking shaky cam.
It's not helping.
It totally feels like 2005 or whatever, which is, this game is from after 2005, but it feels like a 2005 action movie. Like these needless cuts.
Very Tony Scott, Ridley Scott.
Like Mick G or something.
Yeah. Ugh. Partner. Flashback. This is 100% Black Hawk Down with like a bit of Man on Fire thrown in. The work of the fabulous Scott brothers. Tony Scott was a better filmmaker than Ridley Scott.
R.I.P. I'm so frustrated with all these cuts.
It's a lot of cuts.
It's so many cuts and there's no reason for it. They're not even really doing establishing with the cuts.
Luca Kale says 0 out of 100, no piss.
That's true. There's no piss. And he was driving, presumably for a while. So,
So he probably has to pee really bad.
yeah, I think they probably called cut several times.
Yeah.
Probably called in a chauffeur to drive for much of the length, which is very classic and frustrating.
I do know. I have a job to do, and I'm gonna see it through.
Really good writing on that line.
Really getting to know a lot about his character.
He has a job to do and he has to see it through.
All right, that was Resident Evil 5. That was boring.
That was really boring.
Wait, but it did have that good opening. I'd say the opening was strong. The one where there was like a person turning somebody else into a weird monster.
Oh, yeah.
That was sort of enticing.
Yeah.
Some cool camera work.
Like, I feel like it definitely in 2005 or 6 or whatever, like, if I went to see a movie like that, I mean, I'm not really into action bullshit because it's bad.
Come on.
I mean, I've actually seen very few action movies, but I would probably be like, oh, okay, this is interesting. There's going to be some scares. But then it was the guy driving for 5 minutes and then having a chauffeur drive the rest of the way while he was pissing in a jar in the back.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it just feels very inauthentic, and there were so many cuts. And there was some very tone deaf, inappropriate language that really bothered me on a political level. But yeah, I felt like it was just kind of bland.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I agree 100%. Would you put that above or below Resident Evil 4?
Resident Evil 4 was really bad, but at least Leon's really hot, and there's good
This one
pissing.
had that cool cold open.
That's true.
So I'm going to put it just above Resident Evil 4.
Okay. The pissing was very good in Resident Evil 4, though.
Nichols says, Allegra, that's implied piss. There's implied piss in this film. Let's keep rolling with what I assume is
Resident Evil 6? No.
Resident Evil Revelations.
Okay. First, like, side game. We haven't had a spin-off yet, I think.
0.
0 is a number, okay? That's a numbered game.
So, interesting. That one told us that we are in the Mediterranean Sea. So I think we can assume that unless there's a Mediterranean Sea on another planet, we can safely assume this is on Earth.
No, we can't, actually.
That's true, because if we colonize another planet, we might name a sea the same
And
thing.
how many other planets have you been
So
to,
it
Patrick?
really should have said Mediterranean Sea, comma, Earth.
Yes. We have no idea if there's an Earth 2 out there where there's also a Mediterranean Sea. So that's the thing. We can never make those assumptions. A very well-versed film goer knows that. You can't make those assumptions. And it's so easy to do that. So I understand, and you're forgiven.
So the Resident Evil franchise, the thing that I'm noticing here is that they really care a lot about transportation and how their characters get to where the game starts.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Remaster, they're in a helicopter. We've seen a car. We've seen
a truck.
another car, a truck, a boat. Yeah, that was the Humvee in Resident Evil 5. And I guess I appreciate that from the filmmakers is because just about, like we were saying earlier, anytime I'm watching a film, and if it's just characters standing around, I'm like, how did they get there?
Exactly.
It's like, did they ride their bike there? Like, unless there's a line of dialogue where, Mad Max says, nice to see you, Furiosa. I just ran over here from I was over behind that truck, and I ran over here to talk to you. How do I know where he came from? I'm just going to be thinking about that the whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I appreciate that every Resident Evil game starts with them letting you know exactly which vehicle they used to get there.
Exactly. I agree.
So let's pause. I think that was it. That was really boring.
It was extremely boring. They spent a lot of time on the mode of transportation, and I feel like it feels like they're self-conscious, as if they have to atone for not showing a transportation device in some prior game, but they've been very good about that. So I'm not sure why Capcom felt so uncomfortable and insecure about their ability to show that. I mean, yes, they kind of fumbled by not establishing where the Mediterranean Sea is.
Yeah.
But they were as close as any other film has gotten, any other intro has gotten to perfect with that one. But the thing is, because they failed and because they didn't need to assert their security and ability at showing the transportation, it just comes off as like, y'all, you don't need to do that. You're just being really self-conscious. I don't have time for that. Come on. You're old enough. You don't need to be like that
That
anymore.
Pazuzu says, hey, Furiosa, I pissed in the first scene of this movie, just so you know. Which is true. He was peeing in the first scene of that movie.
Is that why it's one of your favorite movies, if not your favorite? Because there's cars.
Cars.
Do we know what planet it's on?
Yes.
We know what planet it's on.
Yeah.
And there's pissing.
Yeah, and we know who has pissed and when.
So honestly, like, Mad Max Fury Road is a platonic ideal of a good intro.
Yeah, actually, it is it's actually a really good intro.
I will say
It's
I
a
don't
very
like the
strong
intro. of that
Why don't
movie.
you like the intro to that movie?
It was too much.
What was too much about it?
It's just like really frantic and really gross. It's just really gross, like, characters that I didn't know what was going on. But I did, in hindsight, yes, I did know, okay, well, at least I know I'm on Earth. I know that he pissed, and I know how they're going to travel. So that was good. But other than that, I was just kind of uncomfortable. But I will agree, it is objectively good.
Cool. Well, next one is Resident Evil 6, the Leon edition.
Okay, Revelations was very bad. I would put it probably right under 4.
Okay.
Yeah, you already have it there.
Yep.
Great. Okay, so this is Resident Evil 6 Leon Edition, which I'm excited about because I love Leon. You're right. This is very sweet.
Yeah, Angry Orchard is way too sweet.
It is. Again, a car. Always a car. What if there was a skateboard one time? What if they just shook things up and there was a skateboard?
Yeah, or a bike.
Or inline skates?
Yeah. I would love it if it was, if the protagonist of a Resident Evil game skitched to the location of the game.
What's skitch?
It's when you're on a skateboard and you grab the bumper of a car. like Marty McFly in the beginning of Back to the Future.
That would be really good.
Again, a lot of people praise that movie for its impeccable structure, and that's it right there. Is everybody knows how Marty McFly got to school? Is he got on a skateboard and he grabbed onto the back of a Jeep, and the guy in the Mountain Dew hat looked back at him like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, excellent film. Whoa!
Okay, I like that.
Oh,
Pause. I like that.
I liked that too.
I genuinely like that.
I really liked that. That was a good scare. That was the first time I've been scared in a while from.
That was
Resident
such a
Evil
good
game.
fake out to like start showing like this beautiful but like natural process we all know to be slow. Of
Yeah.
a butterfly emerging from a cocoon or a moth emerging from a cocoon. They just have a fucking explosion in the background. That's fucking good.
That was excellent. I feel like they're finally in an era where action films are a little bit smarter. They can try things a little bit more inventively. And I think this is the first time that Resident Evil kind of asserted itself. It's not just a pastiche or an homage to existing
Right.
styles. It's like, okay, we know how to scare
That's something
you.
I've literally never seen.
Yeah, ever. This was the first. It pioneered.
No, I'm being genuine. You're
I'm
still,
not.
You're still. Can you?
I really did like that.
I did. Like, can you imagine like a like
fake out?
just a really good one where like it's calling your attention to one part, like Patrick is slowly making a sandwich for himself in the foreground, and then just all of a sudden like a fucking body comes flying into the frame.
Wow, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it is really good. Okay,
Yeah.
let's keep going though.
Okay, wait, we're ranking that, right? So where would you put that?
Oh, it's not done yet. I don't
It's
think-
not done?
I don't-
We just had to pause?
I just had to pause and comment on
Wow,
that.
okay. You're serious about it. Although this one is short, I know, because it's the Leon edition. Wow, look at this. It's a perspective shot, and I love those.
I'm not sure if I feel good about
I
it.
really like it. But it doesn't have that same shocking tension. It's actually a little bit, in comparison, it's kind of a letdown. Oof, what the heck? Okay, now it's done. Right? Maybe? I don't know.
Yes, must be.
So it really started off strong. I agree. I do agree. I am being sincere.
It started with a very good visual gag.
Yes.
And then it got weird.
Then it kind of got, I don't want to say generic because I actually did like that. I don't think they've really committed to first person POV
Right.
yet, but I feel like, as I was trying to say earlier, like action, you can either do it super well and clearly and it's very obvious what's going on, or you can just make it super muddled and there's just too much. It's very chaotic, and I feel like that was a little too chaotic. So I did not love the second half. First half was very good. So where would you rank that?
I would put that. It was better than Resident Evil 5. It was better than Code Veronica because it was shorter than Code Veronica. It's better than Resident Evil 3 because I don't remember what that one was. I'd say it's just below Resident Evil 0.
Okay.
Okay.
It's better than Resident Evil 3 because you don't remember Resident Evil 3. I mean, that's actually fair. That's pretty much an indictment. Okay. What is this? Chris Redfield?
Let me verify that this is in fact Chris Redfield. Yes, this is Chris Redfield.
All right.
Okay, Eastern Europe, probably Earth.
Again, we cannot make that assumption,
Unless they put
Patrick.
comma Earth there. Yeah, we can.
We cannot.
All right.
It's so easy to want to do that. I understand. Okay, I'm a little bit salty now because this is Chris Redfield, but we didn't actually get to see Leon in the Leon edition.
We saw his hands.
I don't want want to see his hands. I don't care about his hands.
Ooh, I'm hungry.
You have pizza.
Hard to find a good steak around here. Not like back home.
I'm a little bit turned off because clearly that man is a man of privilege. I can't personally relate if he, is like, it's hard to find a good steak. I'm so used to finding good steaks on the regular, just constantly indulging in good steaks. Steak is not cheap. It is not cheap.
You're here to pour drinks and look pretty.
Wow.
Shut your mouth.
Oh, my. Oh.
Now that you get the hell out of my bar.
Okay, great. Yes, served.
Nowhere to go.
That was, and also the way that they shot that with the woman, like, earning it. Like, she seriously was like, y'all, you need to leave. That was very well shot. But it's interesting to sort of be aligned with this asshole. From the perspective of a dick.
Who the hell are you? Piers.
Okay,
Piers Nivens?
Piers Nivens, he is so privileged. Hashtag privileged.
How about this?
Steak ass bench.
What is that? You really don't remember anything, do you? Bioterrorism.
Whoa.
Metal Gear.
Bio?
You can't hide from your past, Chris. No matter where you go or what you do. Who are you? What is this? Okay. You don't remember me? Well, how about that? Look.
This means nothing to me.
Yeah.
Whoa! Okay.
Men who died under your command. You
I actually really do like how they're building up the tension. I feel Chris Redfield's anxiety. Woo, woo.
Damn it. 6 months of searching for you. And this is what I find.
That was needless. Zach Melchert says he's gonna need to piss from all that drink. I'll be disappointed if they don't address this. That's a very good point. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he does have an empty bottle ready to go. It's
true.
Everyone's waiting. Everyone.
Oh, wow.
What?
I think this would have been a more shocking reveal had they spent more time establishing that there were all these other people waiting
Right.
around.
You can't keep running away. I have to face the truth. Accept
Very
responsibility.
expository.
That's the only way I'll ever remember. The only way I'll get my life back.
My life.
Is this still Chris Redfield edition?
No.
Okay, how'd you feel about that?
I feel like all I learned from that is that Chris Redfield is a piece of shit.
He is, and then we're supposed to play as him,
He's a piece of shit with a bad memory.
and we're supposed to empathize with him. I don't like him at all. I don't like privileged Piers Nivens. He didn't end up pissing. I don't know that he will, because he looked like he was raring to go, and not to the bathroom, to go out into the world.
Yeah.
How did they end up at the bar? We don't know which Europe it is, if it's on Earth or if it's some other planet.
There's too many questions.
There are a lot of questions, but I do love that scene with the woman splashing the drink in Chris Redfield's.
That was good.
That was very cathartic.
Where'd you rank this one?
Above Leon.
Okay.
No offense. You put Leon.
Yeah.
Okay, you actually. Oh, Leon's up there. I would put that probably under 2.
Okay. I will agree with you.
Okay. All right. Next one is Qua.
Jake. This is Resident Evil 6 Jake.
Who's Jake? Who's Jake? I don't know who Jake is.
Jake was a new character for Resident Evil 6.
Oh,
He's got cool boots and an apple.
I love apples.
Okay, I like this because I have questions and I don't.
But you have questions that you're not annoyed by?
Right, I have questions and I'm slowly getting strange answers to those questions.
Okay,
and
you're
it's
getting
enticing me.
answers. That's good. Oh my goodness.
Everybody's jacking off.
Oh God. I'm just imagining if they were actually jacking off in a group and just grunting together. I imagine that's how that works with men. I wouldn't know.
Supposed to be some kind of energy booster, but I don't feel any different. You know, between me and you, I think we should ask for more money.
There's gonna be some real. Oh, oh jeez.
A lot more.
Oh man. Okay. Woo! I actually.
Part of the contract.
I think that was actually very well built reveal. That apple really
Oh,
threw
and that
me.
fucking teep into the wall.
I'm willing to renegotiate.
Oh, and his face. They give us just a little tease, just enough. Oh my goodness. Nice.
Judo throw.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. I'm okay. I'm okay with this.
Yeah. If you want your own head, you gotta sign up with the lady downstairs.
Whoa.
No question. You've got the antibodies.
Thank you very much. Wait, what?
You could be the key to saving this world, Jake Mueller.
And now we're right to like talking.
Exactly. I was just thinking that too. It was, if it had stopped before she came out, it would have been great. Whoa. Also, I'm not loving the lighting because I feel like it's a little bit hard to.
It's a little muddy.
It's a little muddy, right? It's a little bit hard to actually discern what's going on.
You lose something?
Just my balance. Fine. Sherry Birkin, the United States.
Yeah, good for you, but not really time.
I feel like that's actually like breaking the fourth wall a little bit. Like, okay, shut up with the exposition.
Yeah.
No more.
Okay,
Jake's
I
with
liked
us.
that. Jake's was surprisingly good.
This is a different one? Okay.
Yes.
Jake's was good. That was the best one maybe for me. Resident Evil 6 had that really killer goof in the beginning, but I feel like overall, this had very good action, it had the very good reveal. Literally, we have Jake being like, shut up. No
Yes.
exposition, please.
Yeah, we're all secret agents. We all know. Yeah, that was really good. I would put that just under 0, or would you put that above 0?
I still really like 0, so I'm
Okay.
going to put it under 0. Okay, it's just Resident Evil, Jake. Okay, what's this one?
I'm so tired.
You were doing so well, come on.
Hold on, let me rally.
No, don't go to Twitter.
No,
Is
so
that
I-
how you
I was-
rejuvenate yourself?
No, I was trying to. What was I trying to do?
Tell me which game this is.
Thank you.
Ada Wong.
Ada Wong, a dish.
Okay. Again, they failed to tell us what planet we're on.
But they're letting us know how the character is getting to where they're going in a cool
is true.
submarine suit.
That is very cool, and also a different mode of transportation than we've seen so far,
Absolutely.
which I like. Also, I think didn't everyone hate Resident Evil 6? Why were there 4
I
editions?
wonder if there's going to be a sexy lady in this
Oh, I sure hope so.
steely costume.
Oh!
Whoa! Okay, I was not expecting that much.
Side boob. Going for it. Okay, but how did she get here?
It's true.
Where'd the clothes come from? What was the point of that submarine?
Is this
suit?
the same thing? Have we moved on already?
I don't think so. No.
I think.
No, we haven't. We're still in Ada. Because
Yeah,
that's Ada.
Oh, okay.
What's that?
Simmons.
Oh, God.
Long
It
enough.
was,
I see you still like to play games.
Old habits. Besides, a phone call can be so impersonal.
What the heck is that?
it's GameCube.
What is it you
Oh, okay. It's been a while. I haven't seen GameCube in a while.
This is boring. I don't want to see your fucking phone call. You're gonna start out in a fucking submarine suit, and you're gonna pop out of it totally nude, and then you're gonna make me watch you talk on the phone, on a fucking phone cube.
On a phone cube, yeah.
How do you fit that in your pocket?
Yeah, exactly. Where do you put that thing? I feel like she has to hold it all the time.
find out what you're up to?
Then by
I don't know what's going on. I have no understanding of where we are, what's happening,
Yeah.
why she's underwater.
You've got my prints on file.
This is attempting to be expository, but I have no clue.
Where are you?
Oh, I've got much more than your princess want. You'll see. Good luck.
And that zoom is so unnecessary. I don't need to see more of that guy's face. Jesus.
All right, Simmons. Let's see what you're hiding.
Like, clearly the camera's very into Ada. Oh, geez. That's a still. The camera's very, very into Ada. I understand. We all like Ada, but I don't know. I think they were a little too obsessed with just staring at her.
Yeah,
as opposed to
it was too horned for
establishing.
Ada.
It was very horned. That was too horned for me as well.
So where do you want to rank that one?
I don't really like it.
It wasn't very good. I think anything's better than Resident Evil 3 because I don't know what Resident Evil 3 was. They didn't show Nemesis
Yeah.
in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, so it's better than Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. But let's keep this train rolling all night long with Resident Evil Revelations
Two.
2.
Oh, do as well. Okay. Cute baby.
Oh no! Don't burn a baby.
Viruses are stolen, re-engineered, misused with tragic results.
Woof.
And who are you supposed to trust?
It's an important question. However,
Wait, okay. Is this supposed to be like a political ad? Because that might, if they're doing sort of a Paul Verhoeven thing here, where we're seeing in-world media.
okay, that's interesting. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes, this is a propaganda video.
Yes.
Always watching, always ready to face the
Yes, it is. Okay, and that's actually really good. It's actually really aping that style.
lynching mob that sops up the evils of bioterrorism and chemical warfare.
I love it.
Oh my god.
The only good bug is a dead bug.
Oh wow.
Terror say
This is really funny, Patrick.
This kicks ass.
doesn't have to end with
Oh wow, and then we pull out into the actual
Okay.
diegetic space. Nice spread here.
Ooh, I'm hungry.
Nice pan up. I really like that establishing shot, and I always love pulling out of a in media kind of thing.
Moira. Welcome to the club.
Again, this feels like a legitimate movie. You referenced Paul Verhoeven. I can see this being like a legitimate film by someone like him, perhaps. Maybe not with this dialogue scene between two women. I don't know if he would do that, but
Paul Verhoeven.
I've never seen one of his movies.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Wait, which one should I watch? Which one should you make me watch?
RoboCop.
I knew you were going to say RoboCop. Maybe we've talked about this. Actually.
Robot Cop. I would watch Robot Cop, and then I would watch. Definitely. I'd say the musts are Robot Cop and Starship Troopers, and then. Total Recall is a maybe. Showgirls must.
Can we have a Paul Verhoeven marathon? Where
I haven't
we
seen
watch...
Showgirls.
Let's watch Showgirls.
Emotional minefield.
You did
Oh,
your
hi.
homework. What other horrible invasions of crime?
We're still streaming. We're almost done.
It's like almost 7, and I need my ID, maybe?
Oh, is it in here?
We have a missing ID. 1 second. We're gonna try to find this.
Thankfully, there's nothing interesting happening. I don't know. I guess it would be on that side.
Uh-oh. What did you
This
do
is
now?
Ashley O coming back to the den.
Every time I ask him
no.
anything, he pushes
I
back.
don't see it in here.
I didn't see it in here,
No.
Sorry. Well, have fun.
Bye. Good luck finding it. Lots of guest stars today.
Lots of guest stars today.
We got Aberslam Lincoln.
Yep.
We got Ashley. We got pizza. Okay, this feels so unlike any other Resident Evil.
Yeah, it's taking its time.
Which is interesting. Wow.
Huh. Huh.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This feels like definitely like an intro where they're establishing like it's kind of a fake out, like it seems very grounded, very safe.
Yeah.
And then things suddenly take a dramatic turn, and then we're going to get into the real story with someone completely different, and things are just going to be very intense.
I don't like the slow-mo. I feel like the slow-mo is unnecessary.
I agree. to black. Good job, Yasuhiro Ampo.
All right.
I think this is different.
Oh,
Yeah.
this.
Oh, that's 7, yeah.
Is 7. All right, that was really good.
I liked that a lot, actually. I didn't love the slow-mo, I agree, but I liked that a lot. Which is
Yes.
interesting, because we had the first Revelations as our dead last.
Yep. I would put that... would you put that above Resident Evil GameCube Remaster?
The original one?
Yes.
Oof. No, because that one is still archetypal Resident
Right.
Evil for me.
Yes, that's true.
But I agree with where you put it as number 2.
All right, cool.
All right. Okay, so this is Resident Evil 7, our last one. Good, because Allegra has a thing to do at 7.
Oh, wait.
Speaking of 7.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Okay.
It's okay.
Let's go.
All right, Resident Evil 7.
Hey, baby.
Oh, God. This game freaking... This game makes me very sad.
I'm gonna be coming home soon. Yay!
So something about Resident Evil 7 is it just feels super divorced from the rest of the series to me,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
It's kind of a reset.
Yeah, it really feels like a
It was a
reset.
tonal reset.
Yeah.
I miss you.
So obviously, like, the speaking directly to the camera is very uncomfortable. But then we aren't with her for that long until we move out to see, just as in the last one, this is just a recording
Right.
that someone is watching.
But even right from the beginning, first-person perspective here.
Oh, Jesus. It's always interesting to watch people watching things.
Yeah.
You were right. I did like
I mean, it's kind of what everybody watching this stream is doing.
Okay, everyone watching this stream is watching us watch a guy watch his girlfriend.
Yep.
away.
Wow. Layers.
All right, so that was the Resident Evil 7 intro. Really
that it?
terse. Yeah, brief.
Why is there
Is there-
50
is there-
seconds left?
Oh, yeah. 'cause
Oh, yeah, the
well,
freaking
really
boring
important
stuff.
No.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Now we know how he gets to where he's going.
Exactly. I'm so sorry. This is great. This is actually very good.
Otherwise, the game would start, and
Yeah. I don't know how he ended up in his house, but I assume he was born there and
Yeah.
just had never left before.
Right. So this way we know that he wasn't born at the house. We know that he drove there in a car. Great. What was Resident Evil 7? I don't know. Not totally remarkable. Better than Resident Evil 3, which can suck eggs.
This kind of reminds me of like The Shining.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that shot was actually literally exactly in
Yeah.
The Shining.
Yes.
Better than Chris?
Yeah, because this is like nice and Kubrickian,
Yeah.
but not better than. Better than Leon, not better than Jake.
Not better than Jake, because Jake did some cool
I would
kicks.
call it less than Jake.
No, end the stream!
Okay.
I'm so tired. And
So
you would...
please read our final thing, and maybe drop a link in there again so people can read your wonderful letter to Capcom.
All right.
All right. So what was our ranking, Patrick?
Our ranking is in the bottom slot, Resident Evil Revelations, the first one.
Very bad.
Resident Evil 4,
Shockingly bad.
Resident Evil 5,
Ugh.
Code Veronica,
Ugh.
Resident Evil 3,
Who even remembers?
Resident Evil 6,
Very
Ada
bad.
1, but you got half a titty in it. Resident Evil 6, Chris Dish,
Ugh.
Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 6, Leon Dish,
Half good.
Resident Evil 7,
That was all right.
okay, Resident Evil 6, Jake,
Very good.
Resident Evil 0,
Like that.
Resident Evil Revelations 2, really good. We
Excellent.
got the Terra save in there, which is wonderful.
Nice.
And then Resident Evil on GameCube, the remaster first. Normally, I would insist that we go back and we watch the old FMV cutscene intro, but you have a thing to do literally right this very instant.
I do.
And we've been going really late, and I need to be back home to meet somebody.
And also, you're sick and you're tired, but you really powered through.
Yeah,
And I'm
we
very
did it.
proud of you on our friendiversary.
On our friendiversary.
Our Halloween friendiversary, my favorite day of the year, day edition.
Thanks for playing the baseball game with us once again. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another video. When this video ends, all of your wonderful comments will disappear. They'll be gone like tears in rain. So please make sure you come back and leave a comment on the video on demand, letting us know what you'd like us to do next, or what part of any of these scenes you think a character pissed, if they pissed, and how they got there. Because those are normally the questions that I have.
Yeah, those are really important questions. So if anyone else is like a very, very well-versed film goer, good at reading the text, reading in between the lines, and you caught something we missed, that would be super great to share.
Thanks, everybody. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.